All right, we are live for Friday, November 11th, 2022. LW here, manager at Ancient Oaks. And let's see, that camera needs to be just a tiny bit. All right. Welcome. A lot of people have been arriving from up north back in the park. And like to welcome you back. And hope everything is uh, you don't find too much damage at your place. We had another hurricane over the last couple of days, excuse me, and didn't this one was a lot less windy, so a lot less damage, but we still had some damage. I'll get back to that. Once again, uh, November 11th is Veterans Day. I'd like to thank all the veterans that are here in the park and are maybe watching online. Uh, I know a fair amount of people uh, check this channel out because it is public, so they check the live broadcast out, especially when they're checking out on the park. Many people have said that when they've checked it out, they've checked the Facebook page and the broadcast that we do, just to get a feel for how what the park is. So we know that others are watching. And I got about 13 online so far. And once again, for the channel, because this is the Ancient Oaks channel, I'm do your like and welcome the comments and even share it to other Ancient Oaks people that may need to know on the information. But once again, welcome to Ancient Oaks, to this broadcast. Welcome to the park if you just came back. Hopefully you had a safe trip and uneventful. And just glad you're here. And then Veterans Day, my dad is a veteran. I have a son that was in the Marine Corps. And thank all the veterans for their service and appreciate that. And my dad was kind of posted this morning. He was in the 3rd Armored Division and he's drafted for the Korean War. And he went to the armored school and graduated at the top of his class. In fact, we got a note that not only did he graduate at the top of his class, his score was the highest score that had ever been recorded at that time at that Fort Knox, Kentucky for that class. So my dad was a pretty smart guy and appreciate all that he did. He passed away in 2006. All right. Now on to some of the notifications and the updates that we want to pass along to everybody. We have a CPR class sign up sheet in the office. I forget the date that it's going to be. I don't have the sheet in front of me, but you're interested in attending a CPR class, please come to the office and sign up. We the SAC and Joyce Weaver is pretty much spearheading that, but always good to have that CPR class. I took them many years ago, and I'll try to get in on this one too, if all possible. I'll get in on that. Lots of information, and you don't forget it once you've taken the class and learned all the procedures. We I didn't put the picture up. I don't know if I take too long, but anyway, we have the AED up and mounted in the clubhouse. We had a meeting on that last week, and I think I mentioned on my last podcast. And the dechoker is in there also. Try to look that stuff up online and watch some videos of that. We will get videos to put on our webpage and also on this Facebook page that so you can avail yourself of them and learn how to use the equipment. Maybe it'll save a life one day. We have it there just for that purpose, hopefully to save a life. Okay, the AEDs. Okay. Once again, back to Hurricane Nicole. There's very little damage other than some items or one carport that was not fixed before the storm came through and it sustained more damage and actually was blown off. So we had one on. Other than that, just minimal damage to the park. Once again, skirting, siding, that needs to be attention to. Now, do remember that we know that parts are tough to get, and workers are getting somebody come in to do it. But all things do need to be fixed. You have to have a plan on getting them fixed. We can't just temporarily fix something and then leave it that way. We have to actually fix it and make it look brand new again. Got to keep our park looking great. And once again, that's all the units looking great. And along with that, we have a lot of the houses, like I said, need damage and need repairs. We also have quite a few that need pressure washing. And I hope I don't have to send out any letters and just tell you that you got 15 days to do it. Otherwise, what I'll have to do is line up either a crew or a company that will give me a blanket one, and there'll be a list of houses that we'll have done, and then we'll have to charge you for it. That is definitely within our rules and within our purview of taking care of getting places looking neat. Also, along that line, look up at your gutters. A lot of people will have weeds growing out of the gutters. So that's one, your gutters aren't doing anything if they're filled with weeds, and it just doesn't look good. So remember to take care of those. Blue Stream Fiber is in here. We are changing out. Eventually, on March 1st is when we will change over to Blue Stream Fiber from Comcast or Xfinity to Blue Stream Fiber. They are in here doing laying the conduit. Much digging has been going on. Many phone lines and cables have been cut while they've been doing it. It's just a lot of stuff underground, and you just can't hardly dig without hitting it, even if it's marked. Once again, it's anywhere from that far below the surface to 18 inches. And so they've gotten damaged. Call the office. If you lose your cable or if you lose your telephone, call the office. I will inform the people. They'll fix it and get it repaired. Seems that, of course, whenever, I don't know if it just compounds that when something happens like that, we've had remotes go bad, which aren't even affiliated with, but we haven't had remotes go bad in a long time. And here all of a sudden I'm replacing remotes. When some people moved out, they didn't return their equipment. They just put it on the green mall. So we gather those up, especially the remotes. And so it's come in handy because all the remotes work for all the machines apparently. And we've been able to help a couple people out. But anyway, sometimes the equipment goes bad. Well, I've known a couple modems that have gone bad and a couple boxes that just quit working, so they need to be replaced. And I'm sorry about I've got to report again that even before you can talk to a person, you end up spending an hour on the phone with Xfinity, and that's one of the reasons that the board decided to change is the Blue Stream was going to have a much better response time and way of getting a hold of them and getting stuff taken care of. Now, I did hear somebody said there's a way of kind of tricking Comcast in order to get your stuff fixed, is that instead of saying you just need repair, tell me you want a new service. You're signing up for something new, and their salespeople will jump all over getting you fixed back up so that they can sell you something new and add to your account. So don't know how that'll work, but that's what one person suggested. Tell me you want to sign up for a new program, but before you do, you want what you have fixed. And they've been a little bit more responsive. See how that goes. Let's see, Blue Stream Fiber. So yeah, they're digging, putting in the conduit right now. They haven't started hooking anything up yet. They are going to put a box out front, what they call, I don't know what the name of it. They got an acronym for the big box that'll service us. Then they'll start be putting the individual drops to your house in. And that will be a little bit of once again, a big crew would be a different crew than these people digging, and they'll have to get the cable up next to your house, RV, trailer, whatever you have, and most everyone will need an inside box so that they'll put it in. Now, some of the RVs that you don't have access to come inside or get through the bottom of it, they will put a waterproof box outside as long as you have the 110 outlet out there, and that will broadcast to you inside your RV. They'll be wireless from their pod to your TVs. Okay. I guess if the pod is next to a TV, I don't know if they'll be able, I'll have to see that. They'll be hooked straight to a TV. Okay. That's pretty much on that. Like I said, call the office. Make sure you have the office number. Also, when you come in, get my phone number so you can call me. Like I said, I don't want to put it out on here because this just goes out to the entire Facebook universe, and I don't need more sales calls or more robocalls coming to my phone. But get my phone number and put it in your contacts on your phone. Make sure you do that. And one thing I didn't do is silence my phone. It's not going off, but I want to make sure. Okay, come on. There we go. But put me in your contact list. Also, sign up for our Dial My Calls. And that way, if we have to contact you, you will get the message. Either voice, text, or email. And most of the time, it all depends on how quickly I need to get to you and what kind of information, whether or not you get all three, or if you just get a text, or if you're text and email, or the voice call. But the texting that I send out, the number that they use is not a two-way system. So if you get a text from Ancient Oaks, make sure you, once again, put that number in your contact list so you know that it's Ancient Oaks contacting you. Because I had a few people said, like, who is this? But I can't answer them that way. I have to look up their phone number and text them straight from my phone. But anyway, it's I'll put what that number is handy. That's a 800 number. But anyway, contact the office and we will give you that number. I'll put it in the comments here after I get done. That's so you identify that number. But to text me back, you need to actually use my phone number and get that. The explanation was a little roundabout, but hopefully you understood it. And once again, contact me or the office to get the texting numbers and get it taken care of. And okay. Hope somebody, I don't know why I put an angry face in, but contact me for whatever you need. Okay, next on the list. First notice of election has been mailed out. We were required to do that. And that meeting is on January 11th, 2023. First notice of that'll be the annual meeting and the election for the board of directors. And that'll be January 11th, 2023. We did mail those out. So they're already in the mail. If you didn't request them to be held here, they went out in the mail. So verify. If you're in transit, you'll have to get another copy from us. Along with that, within the first notice of the election, is if you intend to run for the board, you need to get that form from us and get that back to us by December 7th. That because the next mailing has to go out by December 12th. So you have to tell December 7th to get that in, but please, if you're going to run for the board, get it in ahead of time so that we can prepare it and that the mailing is not a rush sign up. Rush stuffing and all that good stuff. at the last minute so we can plan it easier and get it done. And so prepare to send out in the mail. And also that people will be able to pick those up in the office if you're here to save us some mailing costs. But once again, from December 7th to December 12th is only 5 days. And I think that is over a weekend. Yes, it is. A weekend is in there. And so we'll have 2 days that you won't be able to come to the office. So December 8th and 9th, basically you have 2 days to pick it up in the office, December 8th and 9th. Because if you had the information by December 7th, we will be printing them off on the 8th. And so the 8th and 9th, come in the office and pick up the paperwork. I'm telling you that ahead of time so it gets done. Okay. What do we got next here? All right. Couple, put this, add the stream. We got to do this. Okay, do this right. We have a Thanksgiving dinner going on here, and that will be, it's in front of me on my screen as I have it. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. There is a free event, and please sign up in the clubhouse indicating how many will be attending and what you'll be bringing. So there's a side dish and all that. So you get this information as it will be available at the clubhouse up here at the office, and I will put a copy of this also in the door of the post offices so you can have that. So that's coming up for Thanksgiving. Now, we also, this Saturday, we are having a chili cook-off. So at 2 p.m., and let's see, 2 p.m., come and taste the chili. $5, you can taste 5 chilies and get a bowl of your favorite. And then at 3 is a presentation for the best chili. And there'll be a free concert featuring Deb and Wes. So sign up at the clubhouse also for this. Get the information. This will be, both these things will be on the Ancient Oaks website. Or maybe not the website. If we can hopefully get them to, but the Ancient Oaks Facebook page and posters will be out so you can view yourself for this. So remember, chili cook-off Saturday, November 12th. That'll be this weekend. Tomorrow. Okay. The sign-up is already taken care of. That's what I remember Ian said on that it's already over with. But want to remind people of that. And then, of course, the Thanksgiving for Thursday, November 24th. So remember those two events. And I didn't add this to when we started out, but yes, we want to thank you, veterans. Once again, Veterans Day. Thank you very much for your service and all those who have served in the military, both American and Canadian. We got quite a few Canadians, and Ian posted something on one or two of the pages of the Canadians. Also, theirs is called Remembrance Day for their veterans. All right. And let's take this out of the stream, back to full screen for that. Let me go through the questions here before I get back to the thing. Good morning. Okay. Fran said she signed up for the class. At that time, no date has been set, so there is no date. I think part of it was after a certain amount of signups, then they would schedule a class. And then Terry has a saying here, be sure to indicate what covered side dish and dessert you'll be bringing so we have a variety. We also need to know how many will be attending. And we all have so much to be thankful for. Okay, yep. See you Saturday for chili. Yum, yum. And then we got Minnesota. Jack and Bev Ernst saying hi from Minnesota. Let's see. How many people we got saying hi here? Yeah. Terry said hi. And we have Ernie said hi. Charlotte, good morning to you too. Larry Beal, good morning. Thomas, good morning to you. Fred, good morning to you. And then, of course, Terry said, thank you for your service. We have Brian. Brian, good morning to you also. Cheryl is in here from Kentucky. Good morning to you also. And Joyce Nadeau. I always say it wrong. Nadeau is like Nadeau, right? She signed up okay. Trey Black, okay. We have William from Wisconsin. Hi to you also. And then we have Carol. Okay, I've gone through all those. So once again, good morning. Nice to see everybody here. Oh, we got 35 online. Very good. Once again, remember, so that the Facebook will promote this channel, and also if you're watching in on YouTube, they'll promote it a little bit more. So the more likes this channel gets and this broadcast gets, they will put it out to more of the Ancient Oaks residents, of those people that are associated with Ancient Oaks. Okay, back to my list here. Just a couple things. Want to remind everybody, dogs, especially as we get more people in here, all your dogs, if you're outside your unit, your dogs need to be on a leash. You're not allowed to tie them out or them to be out there without you. They should be on a leash, and you need to be in control of them. And that's any time that you're outside of your unit. The only time that you're allowed to let them be off leash is inside the dog park. But be aware of other people, other dogs, that even inside the dog park, because you don't know how dogs are going to mix. You got to be careful. So, but that's the only place that you're allowed to take them off leash outside is inside the 2 dog parks. Well, actually 3, because we have the northern one out back, split in 2. Okay. Yes, Christian and Co. Ancient Oaks folks, hit the subscribe, like, and notification button on YouTube. Yeah, subscribe, like it, and then hit the bell and so you get all notifications. Not too many videos do I put on YouTube, but this one here, the podcast does go to YouTube. And like I said, you'll get informed about it. So subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Thank you, Christian. Okay, also, along with the dogs, we'll go with a little bit on that. Remember not to feed the wildlife. It's against our rules, against the Florida Wildlife Commission as the state. It's against the law in the state to feed the wildlife. Do not feed the alligators. That is very dangerous. And if you feed most of the wildlife, if you feed them, you are actually signing their death penalty, because they get used to humans and consider humans as food. Then they become a nuisance, and especially alligators, they can become aggressive towards humans and people walking their dogs. If they come out with their dog, little dog, they will assume that it's food, and we could have a problem. So an aggressive alligator will have to be removed by a qualified trapper, and if they take them to an alligator farm, that's where they get alligator meat from for the restaurants. So, like I said, if you feed the wildlife, you're basically signing their death penalty. So do not feed the wildlife. Do not feed the Muscovy ducks. Don't feed any ducks or any geese or any of the wildlife. And we don't allow bird feeders in the park, because the seeds get kicked out by the birds, and then they're on the ground, which would invite mice and other rodents and other critters that we don't need in the park or do not want in the park. So no bird feeders are allowed. A hummingbird feeder with a liquid that says nothing makes a mess, that will be allowed. You can put up your Purple Mountains bird house. That's even encouraged. So there we go on that. I mentioned about the trailers being repairs needing to be done. List in the office. Pressure wash. Lots of green looking units. Also, as we are here and the season, please plan ahead for your departure. We want to make sure that whatever you install this year, once again, get a site mod. If you're changing anything on the outside, you do need to fill out a site modification to make sure that I approve it. I am the representative of the association, and that's why you have to, because the association has to approve any changes on the outside. But in any change you do and any patio furniture you buy, think ahead of how you're going to store it during the off season. It should not be stored outside. This year we had 2 hurricanes, Ian and Nicole, that affected us. We don't know what we're going to do, what's going to happen next year. And once again, as we say in Florida, it's not if when we're going to have a hurricane. It's always just when we're going to have a hurricane. So whatever you do, keep in mind of hurricane season. When you leave, once again, have somebody that's going to look after your place or be able to check in on it. Make sure it would behoove you to have a key somewhere here in Florida that somebody that somebody can check on your place, get inside to check to see if there's any damage. It just makes it a lot easier if you have someone that can do that for you. Last resort, we do have a drawer that we do keep keys in here and that can be checked on. But we want to make sure that that's taken care of. Do not leave any food in your refrigerator. This year was the first time in many years that we were without electricity, and some folks with electricity for 3 or 4 days. You're not here. You leave food in your refrigerator, it's going to go bad. Your refrigerator is going to stink, and you may end up having to throw your refrigerator away. So do not leave any food here. And then really in your cupboards, you shouldn't, because without you here, mice and rodents are just an extra attraction. So remember that. Plan ahead of everything that you do while you're here of when you're not here, including the upkeep of the weeds and all that while you're gone. And we have a list in the office of that people that can do that for you, or like I said, turn in a request to the maintenance crew, allow them to do side work while you're gone, and can take care of stuff for you. But you need to deal with them directly instead of going through the office. That's the best way to take care of that. Okay. That is pretty much all I had. Yes, and Terry said yes, because it even includes painting of the trim. You change the color on the outside, I need to know about it ahead of time. And that, but digging in the ground, like I said, any type of change, we have planning requests. I did talk to somebody the other day. They have a fern, not a fern. It's a pine tree. It's called a fir. There we go. Get the right name for it. Douglas pine or whatever. You're not allowed to plant them in the ground. It sits in a pot, so it's okay because it only gets so big. But there are trees that you're not allowed to plant in Florida because they're non-native. But then with the Douglas fir, grows too tall and too fast, and they can reach 60 feet high, and nothing. So they would be dangerous. Even our cypress trees in here are getting huge, and we've had to cut them back, and it costs couple $1,000s to bring the truck in that can actually reach those tall trees to get them cut back. So we don't want any trees that get too tall. If you plant a palm, we really like it. If you plant the pygmy palms, they don't get tall and make it easier to trim. So that is about all of us. We have one more person that jumped on here to say hello. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. Lisa Taylor said hi. And yeah, about a half hour here. So with that, once again, I want to say this again to the veterans. We appreciate you, appreciate all that you did, and we want to say thank you for all the veterans that have served, and we appreciate you not only, like I said, for the United States, but also the Canadian veterans. I'm sure there's folks that in the park that have from Canada that did serve in the Canadian military. There we go. All right. Appreciate everybody. The Beatles that have been being put on have been fantastic and a variety. We want to thank you for all the volunteers that take care of that, and it just makes the Ancient Oaks just such a nice place to be. Like I said, make sure you get all the information in the office. Sign up for the Dial My Calls, and put in the sheet also for the website if you need to get to the secure area of the website. Remember to do that, and take care. Have a good weekend. Supposedly we should have good weather, and I'll say live long and prosper. Catch you on the next go round. Have a great weekend, great day, great life. So long.